obsolete, Mr. Wordsworth.
Lie. No man is obsolete.
It's a cookbook.
Who are we?
When will they take the bandages off?
You're a bad man. You're a very bad man.
This lemon-sucker here. He's the most suspicious of the bunch.
My name is Talkie Tina, and I'm beginning to hate you.
I believe you're going my way.
Live from Willoughby at the heart of the Twilight Zone. Here are your hosts, Alex and Tyler, the prestigiously perfect podcast in which we call The Twilight Zone.
Come listen to our podcast about the Twilight Zone. Come listen to our podcast we call the Twilight Zone.
What is up, Gnomies? I'm Alex.
And I'm Tyler.
Welcome to the Twilight Gnome podcast. If it wasn't abundantly clear, what episode are we going to be discussing this week, Ty?
This week we are discussing Come Wander With Me.
Season 5, Episode 34, original air date May 22nd, 1964. This was the third to last episode of The Twilight Zone, I might add. This was written by Anthony Wilson. This is the only episode that Anthony Wilson wrote for The Twilight Zone. And this was directed by Richard Donner, who we've heard quite a few times. And this is actually our last Richard Donner episode.
Oh, it's kind of sad. Like, direction-wise, this episode was chef's kiss.
For the majority of his episodes, he isn't, I mean, obviously he went on to fame through The Goonies, Lethal Weapon, Scrooge, all the Superman movies. He's a very accomplished director. It is kind of sad we only got 6 episodes. Do you want me to go over? They're all in season 5, by the way, too.
Yeah, let's hear them.
And only one of them are really a good episode, which isn't just, I would say, the one thing that all these episodes have in common, though, is the
Great
direction. So he has Nightmare at 20,000 Feet, From Agnes with Love, Sounds and Silences, The Jeopardy Room, The Brain Center at Whipple's, and Come Wander With Me.
Yeah, I mean, all beautifully shot and well put together. Some of them, story-wise, might be a little questionable, but yeah.
All right, Ty, we'll jump right into it. What was your favorite moment?
I sort of had 2 favorite moments. So one was just the shots where it looks like someone's kind of stalking him. It kind of has this very eerie feeling. The way the camera kind of moves, it's like a person like kind of watching their prey, and it just makes you feel very uncomfortable. And then the other would be the first appearance of the headstone, where it's like, wait, what the hell am I watching? This wasn't what I was expecting.
Right. I pretty much have the exact same thing. That first walk through the woods, it pretty much starts with that shot of the headstone, and then up until we see the woman in black behind him for the first time, you're like, oh, all right, we're getting kind of creepy in this episode. And the shots from like the handheld shots of people in the tree and stuff like that, it's just super like, all right, they're trying to do something different in this, and I really appreciate that.
Yes, definitely.
We have the technology to rebuild it.
Doctor, what have you created?
I am, for all intent and purposes, AI Serling. So every week I, AI Serling, come up with a prompt into myself for an episode intro to the episode the boys are watching. And this week, through all of my wisdom, I have come up with this. Picture, if you will, 2 podcast hosts fully prepared to discuss a nice, straightforward episode of television, only to find themselves trapped inside a story that seems to be chasing its own tail. Tonight's tale features a folk singer, a mysterious woman, and a song that echoes through time. But as for what it all means, well, that's where things get delightfully unclear. Events repeat, logic takes a holiday, and the ending arrives without so much as a goodbye. It's less a story and more a feeling, like a dream you can't quite explain, but can't quite shake either. So join us as we attempt to make sense of an episode that may or may not be understood here in the Twilight Zone.
Very succinctly said, AI.
All right, so every week Tyler and I come up with a few questions for each other, keep each other on our toes while watching said episode. I have 3 this week.
I also have 3.
It's an odd, so go for it.
All right, what type of car is he driving in the beginning?
Is it a Cadillac?
It's a Thunderbird.
Thunderbird, huh?
Yeah.
All right. What is Floyd Burney's license plate number?
I knew you were going to ask this. It's 014.
It is. That 14S, though. It had like a weird thing off to the side.
I think that might be specific to like if he's like a fireman. I don't know.
I don't think he's
I don't think he's a fireman. I don't know. I'm sure it's like has something to do with something else. I think the actual number is just the 014. What's the third song down on his car door?
I'm not gonna look. That's the one that's kind of weird. Like, it's something like "Baby, Don't Keep Chasing Me," or something that has like something like that.
Pretty close. Baby, don't hang on.
Yeah, kind of not a very positive message.
I'm wondering what the song would sound like.
You want me to sing one for you?
Leave me alone, baby. Get out of here.
All right, my second question, can you name the 3 songs on the side of his door?
All right, so the third one down is Baby Don't Hang On. I don't remember the other 2. Probably like Mary, Mary, Quite Contrary. I don't know.
They are Your Tears Ain't Enough, which again, kind of a red flag.
I think he's supposed to be a walking red flag, though.
And then he has My Honey Tree.
Okay. Yep.
Which, knowing this guy, so it's kind of like he's going to like the well. He's like, "Are you bleeding these women dry?" Or the implications of what this man does.
Are these women in danger? No, of course they're not. Where did Billy say he heard Floyd was taking Mary Rachel?
That's my final question. Norfolk.
Yep.
Dang it. We are very on the same track. And I even tried to break him up a little bit, too.
Not a whole lot of things you could really make questions out of, though, for this one.
No. All right, I guess we'll jump right into the plot of this one. We open on Floyd Burney driving a convertible. He stops at a bridge that's broken. He gets out, and he figures that he's going to walk over it. So he opens his door, and it says, Rockabilly Kid.
Never heard of a rockabilly. Is it like supposed to be like
What's
Billy,
a genre of music?
Billy like hillbilly and rock like rock music, so like a mix between country and rock?
I believe so. I've heard the term quite a few times, but I never really looked into, but I would imagine that's exactly what it is. Do you notice everything that this man owns is like
glittery and has his name on it?
Has his name, his guitar, his shirt has the monogram FB on it.
His shirt has it, the back of his guitar, the front of the guitar, his car. Yeah, this man is definitely obsessed with himself.
Right.
I mean, it's also good advertising too. He's a musician.
True. He finds an old barn that's apparently a music shop as well, or do you think it's like old antiques for music?
I think it's, just old antiques for music, but according to Floyd, when he's talking to the owner of it, it makes it sound like it's not just a place to buy instruments, but also like to kind of hear songs. So it's kind of like a lot of people in the area probably go there for like more than just instruments.
Right. He walks up to the counter. Anybody home? He walks around the place. A bunch of cool old stuff in there. And an old man seemingly appears out of nowhere.
Yeah, I thought that was interesting because he's definitely not there in the beginning. And then when he turns around, boom, he's there.
Right. And don't sneak up on people like that, Daddy. I like how he kind of talks like a beatnik a little bit.
He uses a lot of different nicknames for this man all in one. Like first he calls him Daddy, then Daddy-O, and like Chief, probably not Chief, I don't know, but he keeps changing up his nickname.
Hey, like, you got a swinging shop here. Anyway, I'm Floyd Burney. You know Floyd Burney. What do you got for me?
Big, music star? How do you not know me?
Very pretentious.
Yes.
This man here, Floyd Burney, he is. He's like, don't hold out on me. I'll pay top dollar for some of those old folk songs. The old man says that he doesn't have any songs. And then Floyd Burney isn't having it. He obviously thinks there's some grand conspiracy. Well, who got to you? The Harlan Brothers or the Harlan Trio? Listen, what you got is... And then he goes into this whole copyright law. This is public domain.
He does this a lot. He says to the old man... he tries to tell him he has no rights to his songs because they're in the public domain, which... But, even if they're in the public domain and this man knows them, he doesn't have to tell you his songs that he knows. Fuck off, dude. You're just a random guy that walked in off the streets. I don't know you nothing.
And Floyd's like, listen, the only difference between me and those guys, though, is I pay cash. This guy comes off as a prick, instantly. No one likes Floyd Burney. You think anyone's like, dude, this guy rules.
Very sleazy.
I thought he was pretty cool myself.
Floyd goes, all right, I see how it is. What if I buy something here? Then he goes and picks out the crappiest guitar. Did you notice the strings are incredibly loose? I have a theory. It's because he doesn't... Actually, I would imagine, knowing his history that we'll learn inside the Twilight Zone, he probably knows how to play guitar, but when he's playing the chords, as someone who plays guitar himself, I could tell that, he's clearly not playing the guitar when he's singing. And I think that the strings are incredibly...
He's also not singing when he's singing. You could definitely tell that,
Which, when you find out his family history, it kind of makes. I'm pretty sure he's a very good musician.
His family history?
Yeah, you'll see an Inside the Twilight Zone. But the actor, that is.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant like the character. I'm like, we have no context as to what this character's family's like.
There's a whole side spin-off show called Floyd Burney and Family.
Damn.
But no,
Deepest rabbit
no,
hole,
the
though.
actor has a very famous musician in his family. But that's all I'll tell you for now. It's a little sneak peek.
I mean, even if someone's good at playing an instrument, they don't necessarily want them to play it live or on TV. Like, wasn't it a big thing with Queen? Like, when they were live for the first time, like, they weren't allowed to play their instruments. Like, they just do that because it's easier.
Yeah, sometimes. But that's my whole theory is why the strings were so loose you could see it is because they probably didn't want them to be making a lot of noise because they knew that audio-wise they would have to put
Stuff over
overdub stuff in there.
Makes sense. But yeah, so he says he's going to buy this old crappy guitar in exchange for him to buy some songs. But while he's saying this to the old man, he starts to hear this other song off in the distance, which it seems like the old man can't hear the song.
Right. Cool song, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that song.
Very simple, too.
I'll play a little bit of it, maybe a little bit later, but I really don't want... With this being such a music-heavy episode, I don't want it to get taken down for copyright stuff. But it's at this point that... Floyd Burney kind of starts following the sound. And
Oh, wait, first he throws down some cash without even asking if he's can buy it.
He does that. He's like, how much? The old man doesn't say anything. Well, just take it out of this, you old fuck.
And just throws money. Like, I'm taking this guitar. Here's the money.
Right. He walks past his own grave, which is kind of weird.
But he doesn't notice it.
No. And Rod takes us in.
Mr. Floyd Burney, a gentleman songster in search of song, is about to answer the age-old question of whether a man can be in two places at the same time. As far as his folk song is concerned, we can assure Mr. Burney he'll find everything he's looking for, although the lyrics may not be all to his liking. But that's sometimes the case when the words and music are recorded in the Twilight Zone.
Then we get our favorite shot/moment. He's walking through the woods. We get all kinds of handheld shots, as we had mentioned earlier. And there's a woman behind. It's such a creepy vibe.
And no, it happens twice. He passes the same woman that's like cloaked in like a black, like mourning sort of mourning as with a U, like she's sad, not mourning as in morning time, but like a dark mourning dress, and then really loud birds, almost like crows, kind of cawing, like a very off-putting vibe.
I know. Again, I feel like a broken record because I bring up the same things all the time, but this feels very David Lynchy. This episode.
It does.
But anyway,
in a good way, and not in a bad David. I normally don't like David Lynch, but this has a cool vibe, and I
that's
like
blasphemy.
And I like that it's a very the westerns in the Twilight Zone. Just
would
always,
you call this a western? Just because it's like in the backwoods?
Yeah, I mean it's not as western as some other ones, but that sort of backwoods, like westerny cowboy sort of feel to it. I think the Twilight Zone really hits really well on those.
The music stops abruptly. He walks around kind of confused Travolta around here, and he eventually decides to take a break. There's another woman behind him that he doesn't really notice. He starts playing the guitar, and with the strings that are way too loose, the woman starts approaching him, and I'll play some of this because, what's your name, honey? He's very...
He also automatically knows that this song is hers without even knowing who she is or that like she doesn't have a guitar or anything like that, but he automatically knows like, oh, you were the one singing.
What's your name, honey?
Mary Rachel.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's a lovely name. Lovely name, lovely song. How's it go again?
That song is secret. It belongs to somebody.
It can't belong to anybody. Nobody can buy it. It's public domain. Who got to you?
They made me promise not to sing it anymore.
Oh, they did, huh? Who was that made you promise not to sing it again?
The Rayford brothers?
Rayfords.
This motherfucker loves the public domain.
Everything's public domain. This guy should be a lawyer.
But,
I don't think he would have nothing in court.
But like, yeah, he keeps claiming everything to be public domain, even though he doesn't know the history behind these songs. Like, it literally could be a song that someone literally just wrote the other day, and he's like, "No, it's public domain." Like, dude, you can't just assume that about every old song that you hear. It's not necessarily an old song just because it's new to you.
It's being sung out here in the woods. It's public domain.
Must be one of those old timey songs.
Yeah, he tries to remember, the Rayford brothers. Yeah, I know those guys. Oh, wait, no, that's the Ray Tones. And Floyd's like, she's about to leave, Mary Rachel is, and Floyd doesn't really let her. He grabs her by the arm. He's like, here's my guitar. Here, come on, sing it for me. You know how to play this. Here you go. Come on, la-di-da-di-da. Sing it for me. Come on, from the start. And then she sings, and we get, it seems like every single time we hear the song, it's a new verse of the song, which I kind of like. Yep. This one right here, she kind of starts saying, like, he came from the sea. Then she gets up and says, sorry, I gotta get going. And he's like, no, come on, Mary Rachel. Stay here, come on. And she's like, no, I can't. I can never see you again. Floyd says, I need that song. It was meant for me, and I need it. Again, how does he know it was meant for?
He's just being possessive of things. But
it actually is his song, though, which is weird. It's like he knows deep down inside. If you want to get all into, like...
I'm not sure if it was ever his song, if he... maybe, I don't know. Very confusing as to what's actually going on in this episode. But immediately after this, she's like, no, I'm bespoke, which I've never heard that term before. I was like, you need glasses? You're bespoke?
What is that word?
I think it just means she was taken, like she's been spoken for. She's, like, engaged or...
I'm guessing to that
like
guy.
Betrothed.
Yeah. Betrothed. Yep. He says, all right, fine, I'll buy it. And Mary Rachel said, it can't be bought. It's not like that. And Floyd says, but it's a buyer's market, baby. Come on. Which, again, if it was public domain, he wouldn't have to.
Her exact words are, it can't be bought, not that way, which makes me think, like, maybe the song is like a curse, and, like, if you want to hear it, then you end up becoming the main person in the song? Maybe, like, the price of this song is that you'll become eternally trapped in this time loop of the song.
Quite possibly. Floyd tells her, he's like, I won't hurt your song. I'll change the key a little bit. Watch this. And Floyd starts to sing it a little bit lower. Mary Rachel says, would you really take me away? And Floyd charms her, which I don't remember him ever saying that he would. So it's just, like, it's...
No, it's because, so she sang in the very first verse that she sings to him, talking about, like, an eternal love and taking her away. And then when he sings it, he obviously sings back the only part that he's heard her sing, which includes the lines of, like, how they'll love each other forever and take him away, which... like,
very presumptuous.
She's like, oh, that song that you just learned.
Oh, you wrote that for me? You just sang it to me. I'm just reciting the same line.
Exactly. But, like, he's just still playing off it like, oh, if that's what you want, and in order for me to get this song, sure, I'll love you forever, baby.
Of course. They kiss, and then we hear the second verse. We get a pan up to the woman in black. Like, it goes, like, through, like, some thistle or something like that, and then we get her. It's kind of like a little, like, jump scare.
Yeah.
Is this supposed to be the same woman?
Yes, it's her. It's an older version of her. Again, I'm not entirely sure what the fuck is supposed to be.
Episode.
There's a lot of different conspiracy theories, because after I watched this for the first time, I went on Reddit and started, like, trying, because there's a subreddit page all about, like, what people have for different theories, and they all kind of seem right, but they all kind of seem like they have holes. Let us know what you guys think, because this episode is a mess in terms of what it's trying to say and what's happening.
Right. Next shot, Floyd and Mary are listening to a recording of a new verse. Floyd says, tell me the story about the song. Mary Rachel says, I love you. I've always loved you. He listens to the song
Which
again.
Just creepy for him, like, they just met, like, I love you. I've always loved you. Be like, okay.
Again, if they're stuck in a time loop and he doesn't remember yet or something, it's...
But still creepy for him. Like, this is, I'm from his perspective, this has got to be a little creepy.
Right. And then we get another verse, and I'll play some of this.
They heard he loved me. They heard that.
You know, that's a great bit. That really is. The thing that Rayford's got going for him there. Sure, put your own name in a song. Why not? Every play you get a free plug. Who's that?
Billy Rayford.
Oh, yeah? How's he know to come here?
He always comes here.
Yeah, huh? Listen, honey. Don't you have to go home and pick up a few things? You know, we got a long way to go.
But you said you'd buy me things. Bells and bonnets and bright beads.
Yeah, sure, honey, sure. I'll tell you what. You wait here, and I'll go talk to this cat, okay?
No, not this time.
What do you mean, not this time? Honey?
This is where it starts getting weird, because, again, she starts saying things like, not this time, and pretty much later on she says, like, don't run. Maybe if you don't run this time. So she obviously knows that...
She's the only one in this time loop that is aware that she's in a time loop, which makes me think, I don't know how the original version would have gone, but once he got stuck in the time loop, I think the reason that this all seems so fast-paced is because maybe time is working the way the song does. So, like, they're kind of skipping a lot of important moments, and, like, he probably doesn't recognize that time is slipping in this way, but it's sort of sped up to tell the story in about the same pace that the song does. So this is probably in real time happening quite quick, but he's not recognizing the kind of jumps in time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, do you think that Mary Rachel knows the whole song, which is why, like, later in a few minutes here, she starts singing and she's like, oh, the song is actually coming true? Like,
I don't know if this Mary Rachel might not even know the full song, and, like, maybe it's the Mary Rachel in the black dress that's kind of, like, sitting and sad all the time, like, and doesn't say anything. Maybe she's the one that
knows the whole
song because she probably wrote it, and maybe she's singing it, and every time she sings the song,
she
like,
remembers.
She
what
remembers.
happened.
And
I mean, we're just coming
memory?
up with more theories of what it could be. It's a good theory, but
I don't know. It's just so confusing because it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, whichever way you look at it.
So Floyd goes to talk to Billy, and Billy's like, I know you. You're the singing man, aren't you? Well, yeah, I'm Floyd Burney. And, like, we know that you've been talking to Mary Rachel.
And he kind of tries to act dumb, like, Mary Rachel? I've never heard of no Mary Rachel.
And he's like, we heard you're trying to take her to Norfolk. Well, that ain't gonna happen.
Again, if this was supposed to be, like, all in one day, and they've been alone this entire time, who the fuck is he hearing from that he's even first of all, that he's there. Second of all, that he's talking to Mary Rachel. And third, that what they've been talking about.
Just
like,
been
how does he
spying on
know
him through
this?
the bushes or something, maybe.
Yeah, but he says it as if, like, I heard people in town are talking about this, and it's like, they're in the middle of the fucking woods.
Right. It's at this point that Billy pulls a gun on Floyd, and Mary Rachel says, Billy, and it kind of distracts him, and Floyd takes this opportunity to smash the shitty guitar over him.
Which somehow that kills him, getting hit in the head with a guitar.
The world's cheapest guitar. Yeah. And then I'll play some of this because now there's a new verse to the song.
You killed Billy Rayford 'neath an old willow tree.
All right now. How did you know, and how did that verse get on the tape?
It's always happened that way.
Always? What is this, some kind of a con game? What are you talking about? How many other guys you hook into this?
No one else. Only you.
Yeah, now he's very scared. He's like, how did that tape recording, that's his tape recorder, so he would have heard her record that line, and the fact that he didn't hear her record it is questionable, and then two, the fact that the recording knows what would have happened in the future, very spooky.
Right. We hear dogs barking in the background. Floyd's like, we gotta split. Mary says, they'll catch you. They always do. Maybe we don't run this time. And obviously Floyd's like, fuck you, lady. I'm out of here. He decides to run. He's like, we gotta get out of here before the kid's brothers find us. And she's like, it's too late. They found him already. And then she starts singing yet another verse. They found their brother. They wept by the lakeside. They vowed that he must die, the wandering stranger, or some shit like that.
Down by the willow tree.
Floyd is not having any of this. He's just like, you can have your song back. Just take it. I don't want it.
Yeah, which makes me think that maybe it's like part of the curse. Like maybe it's a curse sort of thing where he asked her to sing it and now he's cursed with the song and living it out. I don't know.
Right. Floyd decides to run, but this time she turns into that woman in the black dress, and Floyd gets scared and he runs. He makes his way back to that barn/music shop, and he goes up to the old man, and I'll play some of this.
You gotta help me, old man. You gotta hide me. I'll pay you. I'll pay you anything.
It's too late.
I'm Floyd Burney, the rockabilly boy. Don't you understand? Man, they don't want me. They want somebody else. I don't even sing that kind of song. I'm with the big beat. Wait, listen, I'll show you. This is my stuff. Here, listen. My baby's like a honey tree, sweet as can be. Now, she don't go with other cats. She only digs me. Where you going? Where you going, old man? Where are you going, old man?
And he randomly kills the old man.
Yeah, I think it was just like he was so afraid because he already killed one person. He's like, well, in for an inch, in for a mile, I guess.
Floyd tries to hide, but all the instruments start kind of making noise, giving away his position.
Which he isn't even touching them. So, like, again, another spooky thing of, like, no matter how much you don't want to be found, the song's going to make it so that its ending comes true.
Right. We see the shadows of the brothers, which is kind of weird that we never see them. Do you think it's like him? I saw a theory on somewhere online that it said that those shadows coming towards him were other versions of himself.
I don't think so. I just really like the aesthetic. I think it's just a really beautiful aesthetic shot of, like, you see these shadows, and it's kind of like in a nightmare where you don't necessarily see faces. It's just shadows and, like, bodies, but, like, it's just vague scariness. I think that's kind of what they were going for.
They corner Floyd in the barn. Everything kind of builds to a crescendo. We zoom in on Floyd, and we hear a gunshot, and then we get that shot of Floyd's grave again, and Rod takes us out. It just abruptly ends. It feels... The ending does, like, come like, whoa, shit, all right.
I wish they'd shown, like, the time loop starting back again or something, or I don't know.
In retrospect, it may be said of Mr. Floyd Burney that he achieved that final dream of the performer, eternal top-name billing, not on the fleeting billboards of the entertainment world, but forever recorded among the folk songs of the Twilight Zone.
Yeah, really no answers.
Yeah, I was very conflicted on this episode.
All right, well, Tyler, that was our episode. What did you learn?
Always write your own lyrics.
Or you could have AI do it. We're almost better than you guys at it already anyway.
Hey, he finally chimed in. All right, we'll get right into ratings. IMDb currently gives this a 6.2 out of 10. Do you think we're going to be on the same page or no?
I don't even know what I have a number written. I'm so conflicted as to what I want to go with on this.
I have one written down, but I think I'm going to stick with it just because this, I mean, there's no hiding the fact. This is not really that good of an episode, but it makes you think. It is aesthetically pretty cool. The acting's not bad. The song is cool. It's genuinely creepy. It feels creepy, but there's just nothing to it. But it's also, I love David Lynchy stuff, and I'm so torn with this episode.
The vibe is amazing, and it makes me want to keep watching it over and over again. One, for the vibe is really cool, but two, like, I'm like, if I just watch
is there something I missed?
I'm like, if I just watch this one more time, maybe I'll get it, and, like, maybe there's, yeah, it's like, is there something I missed? And, like, I like the puzzle to it, but it's gotta have an answer, and it.
I'll let you go first because I think I might have it rated a little higher.
No, I still. I don't even know what I want to give it.
Do you think hearing mine might help you?
Yeah.
I'm going to give this a 6. I almost gave it a 5 because it's but it's not forgettable. This one makes you think. The acting ain't bad. The direction is really good. I can't give it any higher than a 6, but I think it's somewhere along that line.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing because when I originally put down a 5 on this because I'm like, it's 10 for theme and vibe, but it's a 0 for story. But it's a 5 to me is like very middle of the road forgettable, and like you said, it's not forgettable. Like, I want to keep rewatching this episode over and over again for multiple reasons, and if it succeeded in that sense, I guess it's done a good job. But there's also like really big holes and like a lot of questions that it brings up that I can't give it as high as I'd think. I don't know. I think I might give this. Yeah, I'll go with a 6.5. It is a really watchable episode. A lot of questions to it, but yeah, 6.5, I guess.
Tyler gave it a 6.5, where Alex gave it a 6, 'cause to him it was a little more bad.
Very good. Could be a rockabilly yourself.
My honey bun, my honey bee.
I don't fucking know.
Don't quit your day job, pal.
Who are they? Where are they? What are they? Let's find out together in the Twilight Gnome presents Inside the Twilight Zone.
All right, so this week we have Gary Crosby. He played Floyd. Can you guess who his father is?
Bing Crosby.
It is.
When I saw the name Crosby, I was thinking the same thing too, and then I completely forgot about the name. So when you were talking earlier about father or a family of musicians, I didn't think of it.
He only had 66 credits for film to his name, a few movies in the 40s, then TV in the 50s, all the way through the 90s. Pretty much just like a lot of one episodes here and there, nothing crazy. But yeah, his dad is Bing Crosby. He was actually a musician in real life, which I think he did a little bit more music stuff than acting. But that was all I could really dig up on him. Then we have Bonnie Beecher. She played Mary. She is still alive, and she only had 12 credits, this being her first. And her credits only span from 1964 to 1968. She was on one episode of Star Trek. Obviously, this episode of Twilight Zone, 2 episodes of Gunsmoke, but pretty much after that, nothing really. And then we have Hank Peterson. He played the old man. He was in 3 episodes of The Twilight Zone. No big roles in any of them. He played one of the old people in Kick the Can. He was in Ring-a-Ding Girl, and this, obviously. He was in 85 episodes of Green Acres as Fred. He was in 35 episodes of Gunsmoke, and quite a few movies from the 30s, 40s, and 50s. And then he, as well, made his debut, or started his career in television, as so many actors of the time did in the 50s. And just like how mysterious this episode is, there really isn't much in the way of trivia on this. In the Unlocking the Door to a Television classic, I heard Richard Donner had just watched something, I forget what it was, and it kind of gave him like, oh, that was cool because they were in the woods, so he wanted to do something in the woods.
He wrote this because he wanted to write a song or like an episode about the woods, and he chose Time Loop Song with Murder from Hillbillies. Like,
let me find the actual words here. So back in the 1981 issue of Twilight Zone magazine, Richard Donner said, "When we filmed that particular episode, I had just seen Sunday in Seville, and I insisted that the entire thing have that misty backwoods look," recalled Richard Donner.
I mean, definitely good call on his part. That's one of the coolest parts about this episode.
Right. And then he goes on to say that they had so much smoke from doing this because of like the fog machines and stuff like that the fire department came. But other than that, it's about as mysterious as the episode itself. There's really not a whole lot. We do know that in total this episode cost $58,278. The director received the usual $1,500 for the season 5 cost, and the cast received $3,812.
What'd you say to me, Mike?
What's in a name, Mr. Benninger, really? A mere question of semantics. Just language. A mere stretch of words.
So every week, Tyler and I come up with a few alternative titles to the episodes we are watching. You can do so as well. In a few minutes, I'm going to say what next week's is, and maybe you can drop a line for what you believe that one is. I think that would probably be the most sufficient way. But, yeah, I have 4. How many do you have?
I got 5.
All right, go for it.
I have the dulcet melody debacle.
I got the doo-wop debacle. I was trying to think of something kind of music.
I know. I was like, it's hard for that one. I have the Wanderer.
I have A Star Is Killed.
I have 3 Chords in the Truth.
Don't Run This Time.
Written Verses.
And Endless Love.
Timeless Tune, my last one.
All right, pretty good. I like the Endless Love and Timeless Tune. Those are good. Switcheroos, I have quite a bit.
I think I have 6.
I think I have about that. I'll go first then. Perchance to Dream.
No, The Bard.
No. Elegy.
Yep. Nice Place to Visit.
Yep. The Chaser.
No, The Passerby.
Yep. I have The Grave.
Yep. And my last one, Sounds and Silences.
I have Valley of the Shadow and Stopover in a Quiet Town.
Nice.
Yeah. You are now about to penetrate the Twilight Zone.
So every now and again, if we have a worthy porno parody title name, we will do so. I have 2 this week. Are you ready for them?
Well, let's hear them.
Come Whack Off With Me.
Was that one of your old favorites?
Allegedly. And Come Gallons On Me.
I'm not even going to touch that one.
All right, so surprisingly quite a few little references this week. So starting us off, there's a season 10 episode of Futurama called 40% Lead Belly. It sees Bender making a duplicate of a famous folk singer's guitar, resulting in what he sings coming true coming out of the guitar.
Another reference from Futurama.
Yeah, Matt Groening loves The Twilight Zone. Futurama and The Simpsons definitely loaded.
For sure.
Then we also have an American Dad episode called Gorillas in the Mist. It sees Roger marry a poor redneck woman in order to write an authentic country song.
Gorillas in the mist. There used to be a your mom joke about that.
We have the same mom, idiot. And then, let's see, there's an episode of Supernatural titled Mystery Spot, where Sam is thrown into a repeating time loop, living the same day over and over, watching Dean die each time in a different way as Sam avoids the method that killed him the last time. Got a song for that? No? Okay. And another one, a 2006 movie called Stranger Than Fiction with Will Ferrell, where the writer kind of controls, Will Ferrell's the main character in it, the writer kind of controls his life and his actions, sort of similar to how like the predestined song that's already written is sort of controlling how Billy sort of, what happens to him and how he reacts to it.
That movie was crappy. Will Ferrell should stick to comedy.
I thought you liked Stranger Than Fiction. It's a pretty decent movie.
It's okay, but...
And then other than that, it just has a very David Lynch kind of feel to it. David Lynch has frequently used surreal Americana and haunting music in ways that kind of critics compare to the eerie rural atmosphere of this episode. So
in heaven, everything is fine.
I hate that movie.
I love that movie.
And that's it.
All right, well, every week Tyler picks the episodes, and he does so by showing me an AI-generated picture. I play a little game where I have to guess what it is. You said you have something special for the next 5.
Yes, so for the next 5, we're not going to be doing all 5 categories, and we're not going to be doing Death Other, I figured. So we had a lot of Death Other, which is sort of why we had to do the Death Other thing. But second to those, or I guess in third place to those, was the time-related ones. So we have a block of just time for the next 5 episodes, and there's going to be one from each season.
Yeah, that should be fun, doing a bunch of time episodes. So, a time episode.
What could it be? Take a guess.
Time.
You want to see the picture?
The Trouble with Templeton.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm. No Time Like the Past.
Yeah, correct.
Season 4.
Yep, we got a long one ahead.
Is that what your mystic seer told you?
He's got a long one
coming down for him.
Coming down for him?
Because I said it's coming down the line for next time.
Right.
I don't know. It's a long one coming down on him.
It's hard to improvise.
Improv.
All right, just a little bit of housekeeping. If you guys could please continue to like and subscribe. I see we have a couple more new subscribers. Thank you guys very much. Welcome to the Twilight Gnome family.
You won't regret your decision. We're really cool.
Don't worry, they don't actually usually use this much guitar.
We really don't. If there was any episode to bring it out on, though,
It's this
I
one.
think it's this one.
It is.
Also, Tyler's dropping poll every Tuesday, so go and check that out. What do you got right now?
Right now is the finals for the most evil person in the Twilight Zone. We got Anthony Fremont, Gunther Lutz, and the Chancellor all in the running to be the most evil because they were the winners of the 3 prior polls that were out there. So be sure to vote for your favorite, or I guess least favorite evil person.
Who you think is the most evil.
Correct.
Yeah, if you need to get a hold of us for any other reason, you can email us at twilightgnome59@gmail.com. And if by any chance you are listening to this on Spotify, can you please take the extra couple minutes and, if you have an account, and give us a 5-star review, because why?
We are a 5-star show!
We sure are, and we'd really appreciate that. But until then, Tyler, my final question for you. I mean, we kind of went into it a little bit in the general discussion of the episode, but what is your theory on what happened?
My theory is that one of 2 things. Either he, by like saying he wanted the song, he got into some like weird contract where he is now entombed with it to eternally live in this time loop of being stuck in the song, or the very first time he went to go see Mary Rachel, like, he actually kind of did fall in love with her, or at least she fell in love with him. He ended up dying just like the story says, and then she wrote the song about him, and then he kind of lives on eternally in the song, and every time that she sings the song aloud, it kind of makes the time loop start back again, maybe?
Quite possibly.
What do you think?
Well, Tyler,
let me show you through song.
Through interpretive dance. I really don't know. I think that the song itself has some sort of magical quality.
Whoa.
And, I mean, obviously it can predict the future and all that stuff. And I think it's more of, like she said, you don't buy this type of song like that. And in deciding that he wanted to be with this song, he pretty much gave his soul and all that, and now he's stuck in this loop.
So kind of like my first one, the song itself is a curse, and you get cursed by the song by getting stuck.
The song is a curse, and once you buy it with your soul, you're trapped forever in the Twilight Zone.
Very good.
All right. Well, what do you guys think? Do you like this episode? What is your theory on what the heck is happening to Floyd Burney here?
I would love to hear you guys' theories, just because there's so many. Like I said, I went on Reddit to try to figure out what this episode is about because I was so goddamn confused. So I'd love to hear if you guys have any different ideas as to what this episode could mean, what's happening in it. We'd love to hear it. Well, with that, thank you guys all so much for listening to The Twilight Gnome. Until next time.
Thanks for slipping into the Twilight Zone with us. Hey.
It's 4 o'clock, the howling man